Hello friends, welcome back to another episode of Magic Mondays. Today we're looking at a deck I've called I'm Going on an Adventure! With Beluna Grandsquall as the commander. Blue, green, red, legendary giant noble, has an adventure ability, which is called Seek Thrills. Mill 7 cards, then put all cards that have an adventure from among the milled cards into your hand. And is a 4/4 trample with permanent spells you cast that have an adventure cost 1 less to cast. Whew, mouthful. Anyway, she's a giant that likes adventures, so I made a deck around her. Mana cost is a little on the high side at 4.1. We have 37 creatures, 1 instant, 4 sorceries, 7 artifacts, 10 enchantments, 2 planeswalkers, 1 battle, 40 lands, and a partridge in a pear tree. Now, those creatures largely also are adventure creatures, like Elusive Otter, which gives a lot of versatility. I'm not going to read all these because this is like a double deck list, so I'm actually just going to kind of go through it very slowly, and you guys can kind of get an idea for it. So it's lots of creatures with adventure, like this Otter, like this Flaccid Intruder, like this Shield Breaker, like this Picnic Ruiner even. Rimrock Knight was very popular for a long time in Standard, back when it was Standard. Scalding Viper I just really like. Can return a target non-land permanent to its owner's hand, and it also, as a creature, whenever an opponent casts a spell with mana value 3 or less, it deals 1 damage to that player. I like that. So it's lots of creatures with adventure. It's lots of things like Explore to get lands out, Arcane Signet as a mana rock. We even put in a Lucky Clover because you can copy your adventures, because why would you not want to? So yeah, lots and lots of adventure things. Whenever you cast a creature spell that has an adventure, he gets +1/1 until end of turn. This is the most replaceable card in the deck, in my opinion, but he's here because it fits the theme. Let's go down a little bit here. Brazen Borrower, powerful card. Everybody knows what that is if you've played any arena at all. The Frolicking Familiar is nice for that 1 damage. Can be very handy in a pinch. And also it's a 2/2 flying otter, which is just cool. Queen of Ice, another adventure creature. Bone Crusher Giant, another adventure creature. Two-Handed Axe, adventure equipment. So you can get double strike for a turn as an instant, and it also has double its power when it's equipped. Double a creature's power when it's equipped, which is nice. Cultivate for the land, Dryad for the land and the versatility, Harrow for the land, Lovestruck Beast because it makes a 1/1 and also is a 5/5 for 3 mana. Wrenn and Realmbreaker, just to have a planeswalker in here, mostly for that top ability. Honestly, lands you control have tap to add 1 mana of any color. But also the ultimate there, if you get an emblem with you may play lands and cast permanent spells from your graveyard, is pretty nice. More mana rocks, more things like, well, this actually doesn't have adventure, but it's whenever you cast an adventure spell, you may copy it. So it's a duplicate of the Clover up here, but it's a creature, which is cool. Storyteller Pixie lets us draw some cards whenever we cast an adventure. And then we're back into the adventures, like this Transmuter, this Grabby Giant. Leyline of Combustion I put in just because, I don't know. I actually initially had the idea that this would be like a Leyline deck, and then I kind of abandoned that quickly and just left this one in, because it's some indirect damage, and this deck, I have to admit, is not super powerful. When it works well, but for the most part, other decks, particularly if they're designed to be competitive at all, will probably stomp all over this. But this isn't about winning, it's about doing weird stuff in Magic. Utilizing commanders that are weird. So again, an adventure creature. I put Nylea in here. Excuse me, I'm yawning. Put Nylea in here to reduce creature costs by 1, and it's cool to have, indestructible gods in your deck. Questing Beast because it's just a powerful card. Another adventure here with this Virtue of Knowledge. All will be 1. I like this card a lot, and I'm going to do more with this card in the future, but whenever you put 1 or more counters on a permanent or player, All will be 1 deals that much damage to target opponent, creature and opponent controls, or planeswalker and opponent controls. you play a Planeswalker and it immediately deals damage. Like, it's a great card for a Planeswalker heavy deck, and this isn't that, but I'm going to make one for sure. Two-Headed Hunter, another creature with an adventure. Virtue of Courage is an enchantment, but also an adventure. May play an additional land and also make a cool plant worm. Just a powerful card. Invasion of Chandalar, this is my one battle, can return 3 permanent cards from your graveyard to your hand. And at the beginning of your upkeep, you may put a permanent card from your hand onto the battlefield, which is good because, as you can see, the mana cost here goes way up. That was that. I put in the Silverback for some removal. Vivian Reed for some removal and just, getting land or creature cards that are useful. Vornaclex because he's powerful. This guy, whenever you cast an adventure, he deals damage equal to that spell's mana value to any target that isn't a commander, which is really handy in a deck like this. Another adventure creature with the Lock Whale, which is cool art too. Ancient Copper Dragon, just to make those treasure tokens so that we can cast more adventures plus creatures in a turn. Hearth Elemental for some draw power potentially, and also adventure creature. Emerald Dragon, adventure creature plus cool art. Primeval Bounty, this is the power card in the deck. So whenever you cast a creature spell, create a 3/3 green beast token. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put 3 1/1 counters on target creature you control, and whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 3 life. So with one card, you cast it as an instant, and then as a creature, you're doing 3 1/1 counters and then making a green beast token. The versatility of the deck really plays off of Primeval Bounty really well. And one thing I really like with this is that non-creature spell one, because of... I scrolled past it. Because of All Will Be One. Adding 3 1/1 counters to a creature and then immediately dealing 3 damage to whatever I want is really useful. So that's a combo that I really like in this deck. Creature Adventure right here. 1,000-Year Storm, because it's possible that this can be really useful for instant sorceries. You cast a couple adventures, you copy them, it can be useful. Elrond's Epiphany for that extra turn. Land plus creature. The Nyxbloom Ancient for 3 times as much mana whenever you tap a permanent for mana. I also put in Virtue of Strength. If you tap a basic land for mana, it produces 3 times as much. And it also has that handy sorcery, which is only 1 mana for return target creature or land from your graveyard to your hand, which is fantastic value. Verdant Rejuvenation to seek a bunch of stuff and dump it onto the field. Another Vornaclex so that I can multiply how much mana each land I tap produces. And Great Henge for the draw power plus the life gain. I mean, it's just a good card. You guys know that. And then a bunch of lands. You can notice actually there's not that many basic lands, which is probably a mistake, but I did it anyway because I do like these multicolored lands quite a bit. So yes, the mana value is high, but there are multiple cards that give you more than the face value mana when you tap it, between Nyxbloom Ancient, Virtue of Strength, Great Henge even can be useful, and Vornaclex. So each of those can make the mana flow a little bit easier. All that being said, thanks for watching this video. If you enjoy this video, please give it a like. Please leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel. And as always, please be kind to yourselves and each other. Let's get to some games.
Bye.